Ever thought that what you're learning at school is useless and irrelevant? Well, you're not completely wrong. Or actually, you are wrong. Today, we're gonna show you how you can apply a mathematical theorem in your everyday life. Do you know what's the value of the Earth's circumference? If you don't, you shouldn't worry about it. I had no clue either. However, we're gonna show you how a man called Eratosthenes calculated it about 2000 years ago using a stick and his knowledge.
Year 276 BC, in ancient Egypt, a man saw the light to never be forgotten. Eratosthenes, a famous mathematician of that time, had an ingenious idea. By observing the city of Syene in June, on the longest day of the year, he noticed that at noon, the walls of the city cast no shadows. However, he knew that on the same time of that day, this phenomenon was not observed in Alexandria. He was intrigued by that. Making some assumptions, he concluded that the only possible explanation is that the Earth is spherical. In fact, he considered that all the sun's rays were parallel, an acceptable assumption since the sun is millions of miles away of the Earth. If an object on Earth happens to have that same direction, he should cast no shadow. However, if another object have a different direction, he should cast a shadow.
He then hired a man to measure the distance between Alexandria and Syene, and the angle of the shadow casted by a stick placed vertically in the ground in Alexandria. Now that he had all the information he needed, Eratosthenes applied a simple mathematical formula to deduct the radius of the Earth. He then measured the circumference of the Earth using this radius and another mathematical formula. The result was about 46,000 kilometers. Modern techniques estimated to be around 40. That's an error of 15%, an astonishing precision for that time. But wait, that's not the only thing that you can do with a stick. What if I told you that you could easily approximate the height of a building using only a stick? Well, yeah, it's actually pretty simple if we apply the Thales Theorem.
Let's suppose that you want to find the height of this building. First, you need to place a stick in the ground. Then, you need to position yourself in a manner that when you look at the tip of the stick, you should barely see the tip of the building. Then it's all set. You can measure the distance between the building and the stick, and the distance between the stick and your position by taking steps of approximately 1 meter. Let's say, for example, the stick measures 1 meter, and the distance between the stick and the building is 15 steps, around 15 meters. And the distance between the stick and your initial looking position is 2 steps, which is around 2 meters. All you have to do is to apply the Thales Theorem to find the height of the building. Here in our example, we have a height of 8.5 meters.
Everything you learn at school has a reason behind it. In fact, we showed you how you can apply a simple mathematical theorem to calculate the height of a building, for instance. Bear in mind that grades do not define who you are and what you can do. Knowledge and imagination are tiny shimmers that only you can turn into a splendid luminosity. Thank you.
A famous mathematician
called Eratosthenes